5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cupid, drop back your bow and let your arrow go straight through my lover's heart for me. Nobody but me. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the No Chaser podcast. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
I'm Nikki Blades.
What is good, everybody? How you guys feeling? I have good news. I'm officially Rona free.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm down from my quarantine, and even though they say that it can still be in your system for or it can read as positive for 3 months after you have it, I was like, let me just get a test just to see what it says, and it says negative.
Yeah.
Nice little relief.
You win.
Huh?
You win.
I win. How you guys feeling? You guys healthy over there?
I think so.
Same.
I feel like it. I'm gonna test tomorrow just because. And then see what's up here.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna test a little bit closer to Christmas. I am supposed to see the family, so I'm gonna make sure that that's okay.
Yeah.
I think my family, for the first time, they are down to not hang out on Christmas, which is crazy. Because usually if I was like, Mom, I don't think I can hang out this Christmas, she'd be like, what? She would have been she was pissed when I came back from Canada with Chia. And I was like, I don't think I can see you for 2 weeks because it was her birthday week. She was so salty until, thank God, the news was, old people. As soon as they hear a little something on the news, they're like, oh, okay. Then they get
stay away from me.
Yeah.
Sorry. Onyx. I forgot to put Onyx.
Dog.
Okay, here.
Let him be. Oh my God, you picked up like he's not huge.
Nikki Blades, I know it was a crazy time in the Bay Area last night. Are you hungover? How are you feeling?
I'm okay. Hold on. Sit by. You gotta go, big ass dog. Oh yeah, Versus. It went down. Everybody was in the chat. I saw Tim in there. A lot of my friends were there. It was just a big, I don't know. It was really good for the Bay. It was one of those things that just felt necessary. I don't know if you guys had something this year that was like, damn, I really needed that. And it just made you feel good. The Verses last night with E40 and Too Short, everybody was texting each other and reminiscing. And it was like watching two of your favorite uncles at the barbecue turning up towards the end. Got really lit. And it was like, somebody go pick them up because they can pick them up.
Yeah, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I was in and out, and I was like, it was a good vibe, Yeah. I could have just listened to E40 talk for 3 hours. That would have been fun. Get drunk and talk because he was cracking me up.
Yeah, everybody I feel like the in between was the best part because we know the songs and we know that they're going to play just their portion of it. The best part about the whole Verses was listening to them talk and actually discussing things about the game and being game goofy and just a lot of stuff that when you're up north you understand. So we were sitting there going, okay, we understood. And then Nick Cannon was translating.
So dumb.
Was translating E40 and we're laughing and it was a good time, but it was really crazy to think about how many people came from the Bay and all the people that they shouted out, the areas. So if you ever needed to feel seen from the Bay, it happened last night.
You know what it made me think of as I listened to E40 talk? I was like, I need to speak in metaphors more often because it's just cool. Because literally everything was like, oh yeah, this will go over your head like a shower nozzle. And I was like, in my head, I was like, wow, you could literally just do this all the time and it would make you sound that much cooler. You know what I'm saying?
Arrangement of alcohol that he's came out with, he just had all of them. He had Slurricane, he had everything. And then he shouted out the Filipinos. Before he shouted out the Filipinos.
You can't be from the Bay and not show love to the Filipinos,
too, E40 actually is working with Lumpia Company out here. He is part owner of the Lumpia Company out in the Bay Area.
Oh, well, shit.
Yeah, so he's part owner in that.
Well, shout out to the OGs. And speaking of OGs in the proverbial game, we have our first ever Zoom guest because we've only done a handful of Zoom episodes. But I was like, you know what? Let's bring a guest in. This man right here, I've known him for a very long time. One of the originators and pioneers of this YouTube shit. I remember when I was first starting to upload videos, I was seeing his videos pop up as, you know, some of the like most viewed all the time on the most viewed list. This man, not only a pioneer in the YouTube game, but also, you know, a representation for the Asian men's out here in just the entertainment industry as well. Super funny. Y'all, if y'all don't know, then where the fuck have you been? Make some noise for Ryan Higa, aka Niga Higa.
Hello.
What's
Hey.
up, man?
That's quite the intro, Tim. I feel
Well,
the feeling is mutual, you know.
Thanks, man.
OGs, as in literally just old men or old in this world.
You know, my dad would always ask me like, what does OG mean? Because they would always call him OG in the comments, and then I had to explain to him, oh, it means like you're okay. It means original gangster, but not in a bad way, because I know gangster isn't a good thing. But yeah, old guy.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first started putting him in videos, people would be like, oh, dude, your dad's the shit. And my dad was like, why everyone keeps saying I'm shit? I'm shit. I'm like, no, Dad. But yeah.
He's heavily adjusted though, right? Like you've used him in so many things.
Yeah, he's familiar with the lingo now. You know, he knows what's up. He reads all the comments. So
oh god.
Yeah. What's up, man? Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, man. I wanted to go back a couple steps and because I didn't know, like, did you have COVID?
Oh yes. I officially had it.
Oh god, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
were you like symptomatic?
I had like, it didn't hit me too crazy. I had like a pretty consistent headache for like 3 to 5 days, and then like a slight fever, and I couldn't taste salty food for like 3 days. I could taste the sweets, but not the salty.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Other than, you know, and a little body aches. Rick feels like he had it last year, much like most Black people. They feel like they had it early on.
But I almost died. I wasn't as lucky as him.
But did you get checked up?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, so you just kind of stuck it through.
Yeah, I was just like, all right, I'm either gonna die or not, and I just isolated myself until
Damn, that's crazy.
And it was good.
It was around when they weren't really testing as much. Like Rick had it right in the beginning where people were trying to find test.
Yeah, where you couldn't get a test for anything. Yeah, so I was like, all right, fuck it.
How's it going for you in Vegas? Because I know like shit's kind of pretty open out there.
You know, we were one of the best states. I don't know if states or counties. I don't know. I think we were one of the best states at quarantining. And then we decided to open up for tourism, and like we're a red state now, like one of the worst states. Yeah. So I've been just staying home. It's not hard for me. I don't go out, but obviously for a lot of people, it's tough too, because, you know, a lot of friends, they love to go to Vegas, you know, and then at the same time, I use the excuse like, oh, I can't, you know, because safety. But like then they catch me with like my family members and stuff, and then it's like, oh god, I guess if I went to go see one person, I have to go see other people, and then it's just a mess, man.
Like these people are worth the risk.
Yeah, well. It's
tough
too though, because like my brother's works in a hospital, so after he has to get tested. My sister-in-law, she's a dentist, so she's dealing with patients all the time too. So it's just like it's been a weird year, man. It's been a weird
I've
year.
had so many people have hit me up and been like, hey bro, I'm in LA, what's good tonight? I'm like, dude, are you dumb? Like, have you not been watching the news? Like literally nobody's leaving the house right now. How about in your area, Nikki Blades?
Everybody's still, I mean, the Bay Area was one of the first places to really shut things down and continue the lockdown. It's really affected the economy out here. Honestly, so many big businesses have shut down. So you kind of get the secret invite for the house party that's going on, because I was in nightlife. So, you know, you get the secret invite. You're like, clearly I'm not going to go. But people are still trying to go out. You can't really eat anywhere. You can't go nowhere. But what was weird is because of the counties, it's like, how is one girl getting her nails done? And plus, everybody's super mad because like your area is closed. You try not to go to another area to do something, but you're watching people on Instagram and you're like, but wait, you live 15 minutes away from me, but but my clothes. So the bay's been, we're just doing this.
Yeah.
Don't know what the hell's going on.
Well, guess what, Ryan? Nikki Blades is from Hawaii as well.
Oh, really? What island?
Yes.
Oahu.
What part?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm from, my family's from Makakilo.
I actually don't know where that is.
Different island.
Oh, damn.
Huh?
She out Hawaii, you dog.
Wait, what'd you say? Where?
From Hilo, right? But
Yeah, Hilo, Big Island.
So I'm from Oahu. He's from Hilo. Different. Yeah.
And Nikki
Wow.
went.
She wants. She knows where Hilo is. I don't know where that is. I don't think I've been there.
Damn, I thought you're supposed to know everything about Hawaii.
I thought I
if you're
did
from-
too. Wait, where is it? What's a neighboring city? Or yeah.
It's on like the top. It's like so Oahu go up. It's on
Yep.
like,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, so you in the fancy
Nikki
part.
gave
You in
this
the
place
fancy
up.
part.
Maybe Ryan wins.
I'm like, well, you ask anybody where directions is. They give you the landmark, and that's about it. Don't ask questions.
Got it.
Different highways on Oahu. So
Mhm.
All I know is Kamehameha Highway, and that's it, bro.
Close enough.
you don't
Well,
gotta
hey,
know.
like you said, man, this has been a crazy year, a weird year for for everybody, especially as creators, And I feel like you and me, from the beginning, we were very like sketch heavy content creators, and then even before like the Rona hit, I think you and me were both kind of like, sketches aren't really, like no one's really watching sketches on YouTube anymore. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of had to like evolve. And then you were doing the podcast for a while. How do you feel that like not only this year, but like how have you had to evolve with your content, from being an OG to like how the current state of like YouTube is?
Well, I haven't been posting this whole year pretty much. I've been basically YouTube retired, but I just been streaming a lot.
Word.
Realistically. But like we talked about it before, I think it was the end of last year or sometime last year. Like you said, I was already feeling the changes. It's not so much that people weren't watching the sketches as it was like the amount of effort and time it takes to put, all that time. Well, the amount of effort, money, and time it takes to make a sketch doesn't really pay out for how much what you could be doing with different types of content. It's like it's not worth the trade-off, and it's just based on how YouTube kind of shares their content. It's like based on watch time. It's not necessarily based on just, I can't find a way without saying it without sounding like a douchebag, but like it's like based more on quantity,
Right.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's true. I mean, and that's why I switched to my shit up, because it's like I love doing the sketches, right?
Mhm.
But then you hire a whole crew, shoot for the whole day to do like a 3-minute sketch, and then it gets like half the views of me just bullshitting eating sushi with Nikki Blades. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy out here.
Yeah.
Worked him. Don't discredit my.
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. Look, you're great at eating. I love watching you eat, as I'm sure most people do. But it's like,
I completely get it. I remember you talking about the video. I think it was a Costco video you did where you just kind of recorded what was happening, and it got so many views. And then you're like, what am I really doing? We're working hard, doing minimal. They want to see more real. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How's the stream life treating you?
I started it because I had nothing else to do, because I was with all the guys. We can't group up, especially in the beginning, right? It was like super lockdown.
Yeah.
So I had to find something to do, and like I could have went back to the old school vlogging, and there was thoughts of continuing the podcast, like how we're doing this. But I just tried something new. I didn't think I was gonna like it. That's why I did it on Twitch and not YouTube. And then it started, people just found it, and I just kept doing it. It's like just pretty much the same way I started YouTube. And I think that's why I like enjoy it, because it's like a learning completely different things, you know?
And you're playing video games, or what are you doing on Twitch?
Yeah, you just hang out, play video games. I've been playing a lot of games, which I've already done anyway. Just showing it. I don't think I'm a good streamer. I'm not a good streamer, but it's something that I enjoy doing. And I think if I wanted to put in the work, like how I did for YouTube and actually studying and learning how things kind of work, it could be better, but I don't think I'm naturally a streamer. I just enjoy doing it. And it's perfect for right now, right?
Yeah, I wish I enjoyed video games more, because I would totally just get into it and, and as make some money, especially, but I was never a big gamer like that. You know what I'm saying? And then when I saw the homies that used to do sketches and then they switched over to video games and they were uploading like 3 video game videos a day, and I saw the views and I saw the money, I was like, holy shit, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, fine, I'll do some fucking mukbangs. I might as well do something.
I actually think you could do it. Like, you don't have to play games anymore. I think it's transitioning away from that, honestly.
Right.
And like, you're a personality, like people are going to gravitate. That's why you can film yourself in Costco. Like, I think I would have to write myself a skit in Costco. You know what I mean? I think you could just do anything, dude. Like, you could literally, if you wanted to, you could.
Yeah, maybe. Blades, you've been twitching a lot lately. How's that going for you?
I love Twitch. Twitch as a platform is so evolved. The way you interact with your fans, the fact that there's moderators, it's not as toxic as it is when you go on like Instagram Live. Like, because it can get really crazy. But like you were saying, you can literally just pick up the phone and just start hanging out with people, and you can do your mukbangs and you can upload to YouTube. And I've been wanting to play games, but I haven't gotten the equipment yet, because you have to learn how to use Twitch. There's a lot of variables to it. There's really the full setup, and people that are loyal, they are loyal on Twitch. But I just normally pick up the phone, hop on, check in, do like an hour of streaming. I make my morning coffee with them, and it's a whole thing. We play music, we hang out, and it really transitions across all platforms. It's dope. I like Twitch a lot.
I found that it's like they give you all the tools to build a community really well. Whereas like I tried so like on average I'll get like maybe a couple thousand, 3,000 people in an average stream. It's not a lot in terms of numbers compared to like YouTube. But when I did my first YouTube stream, which had like a ton of people, it's just the interactions that happen. And I don't know if it's just numbers based thing, but like, it's not built. It's like they're there to just watch you. Whereas in Twitch, they all know each other and they're like slowly, it's like feels more like a community versus just like viewer and creator.
I see.
Yeah, so it's a little different, and that's kind of interesting to me.
So are you on like a schedule, or you just kind of hop on whenever you want to hop on when you do that?
I've been doing it every day except for Sundays, and that's only because football started. So
You're not streaming
and podcast, right? And Tim's podcast. Huh? What's up?
You're not streaming any of the football stuff. A lot of people go on and they just do their little commentary for the games.
See, I got YouTube PTSD, so I know copyrighted material. I don't play anything that's not Epidemic Sound or like, I'm very careful with that stuff. Unlike a lot of people, but now people on Twitch are getting hit with that DMCA claims, and I'm kind of glad I had that YouTube training.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
I know. I mean, look, you've always been so calculated, and like I feel like you always really studied the YouTube sketches and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you always had kind of like a formula for your sketches and stuff. Do you feel like there's a formula to pop in on Twitch if you wanted to put your like all into it?
I think to a certain degree, there's a lot of things that I mean, not that I'm no expert because I just started like this year. But based on things I've seen from other people and I slowly have been picking up, there's no secret. I think a big part of it is just personality. There's certain things you just can't change about yourself, with Twitch, and you can't be fake. If you're going to go live for like sometimes 12 hours a day, which I mean, it's exhausting, but I've done it before because it's also like you're just hanging out.
12 hours?
Well, you're being yourself, Tim. You're being yourself. You literally can eat on stream. People take naps.
4 hours, like 4 hours of streaming is super.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So like, honestly, someone like you would probably thrive on Twitch.
Oh yeah, they've been
You
asking.
just be yourself.
I don't know. Tim Self is pretty quiet.
I'll be chilling.
What you see on camera.
Dude, you
is
can
for the
chill
camera.
though. You can chill. That's the thing. Because you'll build that audience, right? They'll come to expect like, oh, I want to come to a comfy, like chill stream, not one that's where someone's screaming about video games the whole time, you know?
I
You know
guess
what I
that's
want to
true.
see? I want to see a dude sit there and crack his toes every 3 minutes. That's what I want.
Is
That's
that
what
your-
you're looking for.
That's your thing, Tim? You
Which
crack your toes a
background?
lot?
I can crack my toes like over and over and over and over again, like
Dude.
forever.
ASMR
Um,
taking over.
yeah, true.
Like
Just,
non-stop?
Foot fetish ASMR.
yeah,
That might be arthritis, dude.
I don't know. I've had it since I was a little kid, and
Oh God.
and I've always had this this vision in my head of when I got married. You know, my wife would first like initially be very like get annoyed of me cracking my toes over and over again. And then she would like over the years get used to it. And then when I died, she would be like, I can't sleep without hearing the sound of his toes cracking in the bed.
What I wouldn't give to hear one more crack of his toes.
So how's that going so far with Chia?
You know what? Okay, so she's unfazed by it for like the first 2 years. And then when she got pregnant,
Oh God.
there was like 1 week where she was like, can you go in the other room? And she got so like, she was just, no more.
Makes you think though, like, damn, she's a real good person, man. She kept that all in. It took pregnancy for her to reveal that.
I think it was just the hormones was going crazy one day. And she one day, maybe it was just like getting extra loud in her pregnant ears or whatever the fuck was happening.
Yeah.
But she was like, can you just, I was like, yo, I'm sorry.
I'm hearing for 2 now. Okay.
Well, are you ever trying to get back into doing the sketches and shit, man? Do you miss it? Because I miss it.
Yeah, I've been I think it was about 6 months in when I finally put out a tweet where I was like, this is the first day in years that I've ever wanted to write something. So I just took the day off from streaming and I just wrote all day, mostly trash. You know, it's like it's like a muscle, right? You got to like, when you're doing it every day, it's not that hard.
Right.
But once you stop for like even like a week, sometimes you just like, it's kind of hard to get back into it. So like I was just writing trash all day and it was fun. And I haven't had that feeling in years, you know?
Right.
Because like even when I was still posting and doing that stuff every day, it was almost like, God, I know this is like, they're gonna like this, but it's so the same thing. Like this is like, I know it's gonna work. It's just I'm not excited about it, you know?
Yeah, you know, I told myself the same thing when I felt like the sketches just weren't necessarily like getting the views or whatever.
Yeah.
And so when I thought, okay, now I can do a sketch just kind of like for fun because I want to, and just because I want to do it just to release some creativity, then I was having fun again. You know, I wasn't worried about pleasing the people. I was like, all right, let me just do some weird shit like back in the day before the money corrupted it all. You know?
Like that, it hurt you. It was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, my fucking my $3,000 egg fell off the shelf.
Yeah.
You know, you guys might not know this out there listening and watching, but me and Ryan almost had beef at one point back in the day.
Yep, we started the whole YouTube drama before it got cool.
This is true. Back in the day, if you kids don't know, on a website called Blog TV, which was Twitch before Twitch, somebody was like just on my shit, and they were like, hey Tim, do you think Higa's videos are funny? And I was like, you know, I've only seen a couple, so not really, you know. And like, so someone immediately went to Ryan's chat and was like, Ryan, Timothy Delgado said you're not funny. And then
it became a spam of things. Like it was like a bunch of people starting to say things. Like they turned that into Tim hates you, basically. I was like, what did I do to him? I don't even know the dude. Like I don't even know. I don't remember how I reacted, but I was just like, why does this guy hate me?
Yeah,
like,
dude. and then that's the thing. So I immediately wanted to nip it in the bud, right? So I DM'd you and was like, hey man, I don't know what these kids are saying. This kid asked me a question. I said, no, I haven't really, you know. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. Like, not everyone's gonna like my videos, and then that was it, you know. And then I remember when we met for the first time at a YouTube Live in San Francisco.
Yep.
We were all at Denny's together. It was like you, me, fucking Kev Jumba,
Happy Slip.
And then I remember kicking it with you and being like, man, I feel bad for even saying I didn't think your videos were funny because you were such a nice guy.
Yeah. No, I definitely, at the time too, I didn't really know. Like, I didn't know who you were as a person.
Right.
So I also judged you from your content from how I thought you were, you know, the edgy guy, you know, on YouTube at the time too. And I was like, damn, he would probably say something like that about me. Maybe he does hate me. What did I do? And I was like, I had all these like anxieties because I was like this. I mean, realistically, I was like a 20-year-old kid, or I don't know how old we were back then, but yeah, we had YouTube beef, blog TV beef, I guess.
If only we had it today, it could, you know, get us some good views.
Yep, I know. Unfortunate.
Should we start should we release some diss tracks towards each other or something?
It would be like, who cares about these old uncles fighting? Like what? These old uncles at the barbecue. You know?
Yeah, true. Maybe I should just start beef with you guys on the podcast with Rick and Nikki and just be like, hey man, I should fake fire Rick for like 2 weeks.
Be Charlemagne and Angela Yee.
Did they have beef?
Kind of. There was a situation. They don't consider themselves friends. They're just co-workers.
Interesting.
We can do that.
Sure.
Yeah. Both of y'all.
Just every time one of us streams, just start talking shit. Be like, yeah, say that I'm gonna fire you.
Yeah. Okay. I think so. Yeah. Get these Corona views up. You know. Zoom views up. What's up? Have you ever had any beef with any other YouTubers, Ryan?
I honestly can't think of any.
You're such a nice guy. I don't know who would ever even really like have beef with you. You know what I'm saying?
I've like done subtle disses at people, I think, in some skits, but it's like obviously targeting them without mentioning them. Like I remember this, but they never respond. That's the thing. You kind of want it to happen a little bit.
Right.
So remember there was this guy, shoot, what was his name? It was a time on Facebook, especially, people were taking people's videos, and he was one of the first ones to start doing like you have got to see this video. And then he takes your video and he monetizes your video by saying, this is my reaction to it.
Yeah.
It was one of those that I started calling out. I don't remember who it was. And he kind of disappeared anyway, but
his name was like Schmoyo or SoFlo, some shit like that.
That probably something like that. But I only found it because people have sent it to me. So one of them, I don't want to call out the wrong name because just in case it wasn't them, but someone basically took my videos and they were doing stuff like that, and I kind of did like a subtle diss in a video towards them. Everyone called them out in the comments, but other than that, that's like the closest thing I can think of. But
like, how would a good YouTube beef go? If you can go and make one right now, what would be the ultimate YouTube beef?
Now you cut out for a little bit. What was that?
What would be the ultimate YouTube beef? How would you
ultimate? Yeah. The ultimate YouTube beef. I mean, geez, I don't even know how. So I don't have the formula on that one because I mean, for the most part, it just seems like you don't have to do much. You just like talk shit about each other on Twitter, and then it evolves to like a diss track, and then it evolves to an actual fight. That's like the process you go through now. I don't know. I mean, didn't you hit me up about wanting to fight or something?
Oh,
jokingly, but
yeah, when the YouTube boxing was kind of like becoming a thing, I was like, hey man, let's do a video where I say I'm gonna fight you and I just pull up to your house and just like start swinging on you.
Yeah, we were secretly talking behind all these trends, but you know, it's funny, I don't know if I told you this, but I actually got when it was one of the bigger ones, I think the first KSI Logan Paul fight was supposed to happen. People were trying to find fights, right? Like Alex Wasabi he's like, hey, do you want to box me? I was like, dude, you're hella big. I don't know how to box. Like, I'm not gonna fight you unless you cut your weight down to mine. And he's not gonna be able to do that. And then right after that, Rice Gum hits me up and he wanted to box me. I was like, really? Like, how much do you weigh? And he's like 20 pounds lighter than me, despite being like 6 inches taller. And I was like, this boxing thing ain't really for me. If you guys want to do an MMA one, I'd be down. But until then, I think I'm okay. Cause like that's a lose-lose, man. I'm gonna, win. If you lose, you lost to a guy 20 pounds lighter than you. You win, and you just picked on a skinny, tall guy. It's like a lose-lose scenario.
What's funny is Rice Gum was one of the people that in the early days, because he popped off diss tracks, right?
Yep.
And he hit me up in the DMs when I first kind of followed him on Twitter and was like, hey man, you wanna like start like a beef and do like diss tracks towards each other? And I was like, not really my thing,
he asked
bro.
your permission?
Well, I guess he was like, it was kind of like how Nikki proposed it, right? Like, hey, let's have an ideal beef situation where you throw a diss track, I'll throw a diss track. It'll get all, it'll help boost everyone's numbers. And like, for me, maybe it's just because I feel like I'm a real rapper and shit. Like the whole made up beef was just not really I was like, if I'm releasing a diss track towards somebody, it's because I actually want to diss somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was just like, no, I'm cool, man. I mean, we could, if you want to do some funny shit, we could figure that out. But it just never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I should have let it happen,
I kind of asked, so I had KSI on the podcast when we were doing that. And I asked him about that too. And I was like, is this real? Like, I know there's so much you can say, but like, honestly, like, is it all real? Because, it works. I know it works. And granted, we're on a podcast, right? But he said for the most part, like he doesn't hate Logan Paul, right? Like that's like, they have their thing. They have their history. They don't necessarily, they're going to talk shit to each other because it helps both of them. But he doesn't hate the dude. Like he could actually be friends with him. That's what he said. He said, Jake Paul, he genuinely hates. Like, that's not fake. Like, he genuinely hates that dude. He says he's a bad dude. He's a bad human being. He actually hates him. So I guess to a certain degree, there is those agreements, and there's some people who are just not in on it, I guess. That's what it seems like.
So you're not trying to box me for a YouTube check, is what you're saying?
I'm not trying to box you?
Yeah.
Tim, I don't know how to box, dude.
Me neither.
He doesn't know.
Oh. I also don't want to see. Here's the thing too. I get competitive, man. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to train like a lot and I don't want to do that. It's a lot of work, man.
Translation. I don't want to have to fuck you up, Tim.
No. I'm not confident in anything strike related.
But I know you like the MMA shit though.
Yeah. I enjoy watching it. I mean, I did judo my whole life, wrestled for 4 years and tiny bit of jujitsu, but nothing. That's all.
Let's wrestle, dude.
We could wrestle if you want. I'm confident in that.
I know I'll fuck you up.
But yeah, strike. I don't know. I can't throw a punch to save my life, probably.
Man, I feel like you get so good at it if you really wanted to, though.
I don't want to.
All right, fine. I was trying to get us some money, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, you and Nikki.
No,
Yeah,
you don't want to. I don't know how to fight. You don't want this. You don't want to.
Jello wrestling.
No, boxing.
What was that? I could see you doing that. What was that? Not Truman Show. Man on the Moon. Did you watch that?
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman
when he boxed the women.
Oh, yeah.
You could do one of those, Tim.
Dude, Nikki Blades, are you down?
Oh man, why I always gotta end up doing this stuff?
If I fight Tim, like it's lose for me.
Exactly the same thing, man.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
I used to always say, I used to always be like, Rick, bro, like, yo, let's do a video where we fucking box one day, man. Let's just do one video. It'll get so many views. But Rick hits really hard.
I'd love to do it though.
How do you know that, Tim?
Because he fucking hits hard, like just when we're playing around. But also, I'm a heavy-handed person, I've been told. So I mean, you never know, bro.
I always thought you could fight. I don't know why.
People always think I can fight. They either think I can fight or I can dance. And I'm not like a dancer. Yeah, I can like dance, but I'm
kind
not
of
like
dance. I've seen you dance.
yeah, like I can dance, but people think I'm like fucking like Jabberwocky choreography shit, and I don't do all that. They always think I can fight. Like people that don't know me think I can fight. Maybe it's just because I've been told that when you're not like my friend, that like off just first initial meeting or seeing me, I'm like intimidating for whatever reason. Like I've been told that, right? Yeah, I don't know, Rick. I don't know. When I first started going to Paramount High, there was a wrestling coach who was harassing me for like 3 weeks to join the wrestling team. And he would not leave me alone. And he's like, you need to join. His name was Coach Wiggum. And he was like, you need to join with them. You need to join the wrestling team. I'm like, dude, why do you want me to join so bad? And he's like, because you look mean. You just look mean. But that was partly because my first few weeks at Paramount, this is my first time at a public school. So I was also, it was like my first day in prison where I'm trying to like not get punked. I'm not trying to be a bitch. So I was walking around by myself like me, just real, like mean mugging everybody.
With a shaved head and Cortez's on.
Yes. So maybe I did look mean, or if at the very least I looked like a fucking little guy with a problem that I wanted to fight everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, were you kind of buff too? You're kind of built, right?
I wasn't buff. I have like broad shoulders for a little dude, so I guess I look like I could have some muscle, but
you look like honestly, I think the reason's why, because you're a little shorter too, and you look like a wrestler build. Like it helps to have somebody who's shorter and kind of bigger but short, because then it keeps your weight low and they can fill another weight class. That's probably why.
I mean, I think I could have been good at wrestling. Yeah, I went the first day, and I was like, I'm good.
Wrestling's tough, man. It's tough.
I gotta be that close to dudes. So I'm good.
Yeah, I was like,
honestly, we had this. Maybe maybe it's different for other schools. I don't think so though. We had football players, right? Because football season's first. Who would all play football, and what they would do is come straight out of football, completely conditioned, come to wrestling practices, tryouts essentially every year, and they just be vomiting all over the place because they couldn't deal with the endurance and the training. It's just so much. Not saying football is easy. In fact, I think it's a ridiculous sport that I don't know how it's legal, but it's different. It's not the fact that you're running and sprinting to the point of exhaustion, but you're doing that while someone else is also trying to hurt you, kind of to a certain degree. So it's like you push yourself to a limit where, you know, essentially, I mean, you can almost die, you know, like even when it comes down to cutting weight and stuff. My freshman year, I passed out many times just like on runs and stuff. And that's why I think wrestling is a good sport.
I was just gonna say,
wonderful.
What'd you say, Nikki Blades?
He's like, I almost passed out. I think it's a great sport.
It's a great sport, man. Character building.
Wrestling.
I was just
character building.
I was just gonna say that first day when I went to tryouts or whatever, I almost fucking passed out because I was like, this shit is crazy. I remember I pinned the dude, like I took him down, and then but like after the whole day, I was standing there as the coach was talking to us, and I was like, just like couldn't hear shit he was saying because I was about to faint.
God damn.
It's all of a sudden the sound is gone. You see lips moving. Everything is hot. The back of your neck is cold. You're just like, oh yeah, no, been there.
Yeah, I already had 5 ringworms. It was all bad.
Cauliflower ear.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, what else are you like? You know, like where you're doing Twitch, you're thinking about getting back into sketches, but it's hard right now. We can't even like shoot with people, you know? So like, what do you have on the, you know, it's about to be the new year. 2020 is finally about to end. What do you got on the agenda for 2021?
I mean, for the most part, I still want to stream. Maybe I'll have more of a schedule because again, it was just like me. I was doing it so often because I just enjoyed it. But at the same time, I feel like I can't that's not a healthy thing to upkeep. Basically doing that all day, every day. I want to get more of a legit schedule if I'm going to stream and then use that time to get back into writing. Even though we can't make, I could make sketches. I'm just lazy to do it by myself. You know, it just feels like it's like going back some steps, you know, back when you used to film and do everything and edit everything on your own. You could do it. It's just like, do you want to if you don't have to, you know?
You get so used to like hiring, you know, like, because I got, you know, of course, we all started on our little bullshit webcam, little stupid cameras and shit, like, or just me and Rick, like, all right, man, I'm going to say something, now you hold it. Now you're going to say something, now I'll hold it, you know? And then like with the evolving times of YouTube, you know, of course we have like crews and editors and fucking sound guys. And now it's like, okay, yeah, I could shoot a sketch where I play all the characters, set up a tripod and have it in like just shoot it in my house. But like, what is this? 2010 again?
Yeah. And also people have that expectation, right?
Yeah.
After a certain degree, if you make a skit again, I'm sure for you too, all of a sudden it goes back to the old school way of shooting and people are like, what is this? Even if it's a great skit, it's like, oh, this is low quality, you know?
What did you film this on a potato? What are you on?
Comments go back to 2008.
Are you on the TikToks?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I haven't given to that.
Do you, as an OG creator, do you feel the pressure to keep up with these kids and their new apps?
I feel like I used to. If I was still posting regularly, I probably would have downloaded it and been frequently on it because that's where kids are looking, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think it was gonna last or blow up and continue to blow up as much as it did. I'm pretty surprised that happened. With the Vine thing, I kind of knew that was gonna happen. I didn't know it was gonna TikTok. I thought it was gonna be a similar situation.
You know, it's a really good combination of like really creative stuff and like some nice boobs and butts. It's a lot of that on TikTok.
I've never had the app. I've just seen stuff from like compilations. So I get to see a lot of really good stuff, like funny, like there's actually good content there. I've heard there's mostly bad content there. There's some gems.
I mean, well, the thing about, you got to realize too, remember, it's like when we started on YouTube, right? There wasn't a lot. It was either people trying to be creative or it was like cat videos, right?
Yeah.
Now it's a time where these kids are uploading specifically to be famous. You know, that's what a lot of their goals are. And TikTok has not only provided a level playing ground, but also the way their algorithm is set up with the For You page, because the first thing you see is just a random video. Yeah. So it's like it's set up in a way that really anybody can get a shitload of views randomly sometimes, you know, which is I like a lot.
Yeah. No, TikTok, they are the best spies. Like they are in your fucking, they know what you like. So like me at this point, I only get videos that I'm going to enjoy on my For You page. I don't get anything that I don't like. Yeah. They know me well. So when they say like it's mostly shit content, I don't see any of it because they got me down. They're here. They're back listening to me. Right.
Do you find like it's repetitive though, since they're giving you the same stuff over and over?
When a new song comes out and there's a dance for it, that shit gets repetitive.
Yeah.
Every 2 videos, somebody else is dancing to that. But no, I'm talking about like funny stuff, people being funny with different types of humor, different people, all different races, different subjects. I'll go from like butt to ancient Egypt to Donald Trump to a funny ass skit. And it's just like back to
no booty on my TikTok. There's no butts on my TikTok. Like I really don't have.
Because they know you be hating, so it was like, all right, let's not put that on her for you.
stumbled down the like. So I like you were talking about the spies. I was looking up Christmas decoration on a different app, but I got onto TikTok and I'm like, oh. And next thing you know, I'm scrolling through and I'm swiping. I'm like, oh no, they saw what I was looking at. But I'll do a lot of the spiritual stuff, a lot of the crystal talk. If you are thinking about something, it's like going onto a playlist and it's literally every song back to back that you wish that you could hear, and they just give it to you. And then you're on TikTok for like 4 hours and you have to throw the phone down. And then they have those stupid ads that are like, stop. You've been scrolling on TikTok for too long. I'm like, yeah, shut up. Give me another.
Like, how do you know?
They're like, stop, Nikki Blades. You've been scrolling for 3 hours now. Hey, but you know what though, bro? To my surprise, what works on TikTok, and this is if you ever actually wanted to start uploading on there, works to our advantage, is that as opposed to Vine, where I felt like this didn't work, repurposing old sketches works on TikTok. Like works really well, where like I thought, oh, the production value is too high on these, it'll never work on TikTok. And I've been just doing like little fucking 1 minute clips, and of course I make them like vertical. And then but they've been like popping, bro, and which like has been like, I have a fucking TikTok audience now because of that. It's crazy.
Yeah, maybe I should then. Maybe I should. There's already an account apparently, or a few of them that have been doing that, and one of them is actually kind of big. But I was just like, whatever, just take it. Like I don't like, but maybe, I don't know, maybe because then that's not hard to do, you know, to like take our already made content and just remake it.
Yeah.
Especially when we're so old in the space, you know, where it's like like you and me, we literally have 14, 15 years worth of content, and Nikki Blades' computer is going to die soon. So if Nikki Blades disappears, we know why, all right? But you and me literally have 15 years worth of content where we could take it, recycle it, and there's like all these new eyes, these kids who have never even heard of us are like, oh shit. And that's the beauty of it too. It's like, dog, I've taken content from like fucking like 2012, 2010, where my camera quality wasn't great back then, but because it's like, it's almost like, oh, it's just TikTok. Then it's like, oh shit, how old is this, you know? It's crazy.
All right, man, I'll consider it. Maybe the start of my TikTok career, thanks to you, Tim.
And maybe my Twitch career will pop off because of you. And Nikki Blades has been telling me to get on it for so long.
You should. I think you should. Just give it a shot, you know?
Come over. No, you were working. That's why you haven't gotten into TikTok. That's why you gotten into Twitch.
Oh,
working.
Well, and I had a 3-month contract with a Twitch competitor that was paying me to stream. But that contract is done now. So
then come on over.
Yeah.
Come get a bag.
I think I will. I think I will. It's so weird, man. You know, we've been doing this shit for so long that the internet evolves, the apps evolve, but I feel like people will always, and your jawline is looking so good.
Thanks, man.
Well, I think, you know, people will always will look at you as one of the OGs. How do you feel? How do you feel that the kids look at you as a fucking forefather of this shit?
You know, it's not the kids anymore. It's the it's the college kids, I guess. Right. The college adults that look at us that way. The kids don't know who we are.
No, they have no idea.
Now I see that all the time with like Twitch. It's a different audience, you know. So it's interesting, man.
Do you ever do college speaking engagements?
I haven't done that in so long, and obviously not right now.
Yeah. Well, dude, they'll pay you to do it through Zoom too.
A college speaking like this?
Yeah,
like a Zoom call,
bro. I was ignoring all the emails for so long because I thought it was like weird.
Yeah.
But then David So was like, dude, you should do it. It's easy money. It's literally you just hop on a Zoom call and talk to them, and like, you know, you don't get as much as like a regular speaking engagement, but just, you know, charge them whatever. And I'm getting a nice little bag, bro, in April. And they suggested that this was their idea. They were like, you know, we'd be open to you like I don't know, doing like a paint on camera Zoom and just talk and answer questions. I was like, what? Bruh. Sure.
Some college group paid my girl to teach a cooking class for them as like their like end of the year or something. That was their like field trip, but on Zoom. Yeah.
Well, do you know what? I guess that I didn't even think about that. I should probably start checking those.
Check the emails. Check the emails.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about us being in the space for so long is I used to think like when I first started getting booked to speak at colleges, I was like, what are these kids, these cool college kids gonna care about me getting up there and telling my story or whatever? And then I realized all these kids that are in college now grew up watching me on YouTube. Right. You know? So it's like, oh, they're actually excited. This is crazy.
Yeah.
And now all I have to do is Bob Ross some shit for a check on Zoom.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I haven't even really given that a thought, but you know, if you ain't posting YouTube videos, you gotta get the money somewhere. So
yeah. You got enough money already. You're good.
Well, that doesn't sound like very difficult to do. I just find it surprising how you guys are all getting tested. Is it because you guys all hung out at some point?
No. It's
not easy to get tests here.
No?
I bought a test that I have to do for myself at home just because I've been to places like Costco and Bonds and shit. And it's like, let me just check. And my throat is a little sore.
Oh, okay.
So you never know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Bates?
We have a lot of test sites out here. There's a lot. We have, you can just drive up, you can go down the street. We have a lot. Again, up north, they're very strict on it. A lot of the counties, we have a lot of different areas. So most of them are in the purple. They provide a lot of testing. So probably why our rates, I mean, we can't go anywhere, but it's strange that we're so high, even though we're in lockdown. I got a notice on my phone the other day that said Bay Area lockdown, everything is shut down, can't go nowhere unless you're essential. And then I get on my phone, I'm like, see, this is why we're still in this shit. Everybody's still going out.
Yeah.
Name in LA.
Yeah.
Well,
I know a lot of my friends in LA, they get tested all the time. And like my mom, she's been trying to get tested so she can go back home. She's been stuck here for like a year and a half. You know, she's trying to go back to Hawaii to see my dad or like the rest of our family members. And the only way you can do that is if you get this certain test that you take here, you take when you get there. And for whatever reason, we can't get it. We can't get it here. So she's been stuck here for a bit. And I guess that's they're gonna start doing that soon. But yeah, it's been, I think we have some sites where you can go to, but you need a certain test to be able to like fly.
Yeah, that's crazy. My first test, I went to the beach for a morning walk and there was a fucking trailer truck out there giving free tests.
It's crazy. It's different, man. Okay. It's different in every state.
Wow. So can your mom like come to LA and get the test and just fly out of LA?
I don't know. That's a good question. But I mean, for the most part, she wasn't trying to travel. It's just like when it was, the numbers are finally starting to go down. This is a few months ago. She was like, oh, maybe I can get a test and we can like do the thing where you fly back and she can go home finally. Just because I still have a grandparent alive that's like, you know, her dad. So she wanted to do that, found out there's no places that were getting those tests here. So she couldn't do it. And she's just kind of been stuck, you know.
Damn. And
I have to be even more, because she's here, I'm even more like careful about everything, you know. Not that I wouldn't be if she wasn't, but even more so because she's here. So that's definitely a perk of being a more of a homebody nowadays. Yep. People assume that I'm a big party dude, and like, yeah, I enjoy the occasional party, but like honestly, this whole year has been kind of like great. It's messed up. I said the same thing,
right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you don't want to say that necessarily. Like, of course, it's not great. Like, of course, you know, normal life would be best, but it's like the fact that personally, for me personally, just being home with my lady and we're just fucking chilling, watching TV, like, and I don't have to make up reasons that I can't go out with people. It's kind of cool, you know?
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Well, hey man, come to LA so we can shoot some videos and shit, and
hang out,
in big groups,
and breathe in each other's noses.
Yeah.
Actually, I went to go get tested in LA recently when I was coming down from my quarantine, just to see what it would say, right? And even though there are a lot of test sites out here, I think since we've hit like a spike recently, people are testing more, because I made a reservation for 2:30 to get tested, and I did the whole Dodger Stadium thing before where I went. It took me like less than an hour, the whole process, even though there was like a long line of cars. This time, my reservation, my appointment was at 2:30, and the line going into the test site was like out of cars, like going all the way down. And I didn't test until 4:30, bro, just in my car, in line, waiting.
You think because people are just going back home and stuff and traveling now?
Yeah, I think the holidays, people are trying to do like some last minute tests before they see their family members. And I think like, everyone's extra kind of just paranoid and alert because they know that it's we're in the red right now. So yeah.
That's crazy, man. This is crazy. Who knows how long it's gonna be like this?
Who knows how long? Well, and actually this episode will be our Christmas episode. So this
comes out on Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
It'll come out when what'd you say?
You got to lead with this, so we could have been festive. Like
I could have changed my light colors to like red and green or something.
I totally forgot. Like I was gonna text you guys and be like, hey, y'all got Christmas sweaters, and I totally forgot.
We do.
I know.
Damn.
Okay, fuck it. We'll put on Christmas sweaters for the New Year's episode. Okay, there you go.
I'll stay like this for the rest of it.
Well. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Hey, man, Ryan Higa, OG in the game. Thank you so much, bro, for taking an hour out of your 12-hour stream and to stop by.
Nah, today's football day, not stream day.
Yeah.
So you're good. Just let
me
know, man.
I wanted to get you in the studio for an episode, but I don't know when we're gonna be back in the studio even. So
yeah, understandable.
Well, hey man, I F with you, bro. I respect what you do. I've known you for a long time. You're just a nice guy.
Thanks, Tim. I feel the same way about you, despite people's early perceptions of you being a bully and a mean man.
It's always like, yeah, you know what I get all the time? It's so stupid. Or I've received a handful of times like, well, first of all, it's either I don't care what nobody says. I love Timothy De La Ghettos. I'm like, what the fuck? And then
what does everybody say?
Yeah, what are they? Or it'll be like, I don't care what anybody says. Timothy De La Ghetto is cute to me. I'm like, huh? You assholes. All right, well, hey, Merry Christmas to everybody out there listening and watching. I hope you guys are being safe and having happy holidays. Thank you to my boy Ryan Higa for coming on the show. Happy holidays, Nikki Blades. What do y'all say in Hawaii when it's Christmas?
Mele Kalikimaka.
Mele Kalikimaka is the thing to
Hey, you said that really well. You practiced that, huh?
Chia sings. Oh, and Nikki Blades' laptop died.
Yep, she didn't like it. She didn't like it at all. All right.
Oh shit! Happy Kwanzaa, Rick.
I celebrate Hanukkah.
All right, shit, guys. Thank you for listening to the No Chaser podcast. Thank you to my guest Ryan Higa.
All right, thanks, Tim.
I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
And I'm Nikki Blades. Bye.